How's it going, all you mentees? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And join me as I get to break the news from the world of Marvel Omnis. We got 2 brand new Marvel Omnis coming out in October of 2025. So let's go ahead and get started. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you so much to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of both of these books coming out in October of 2025. And a small reminder to hit that like button, please. That goes a long way for us here on the channel. Small thing you can do. And of course, stay away from the comments in case you want to be surprised. Then after you watch the video, by all means, go ahead and look down there. Look at all the comments and tell us what you think. All right, so what we're going to be looking at today are 2 different types of Omnis, but they both start with the same 2 letters. And you'll see what I mean here. So let's talk about the first type of Omnibus. This is one of the most modern runs for this character, and I just love to see her get more and more love. So it makes me happy whenever she gets a new Omnibus. And here we are, coming in October, is the She-Hulk by Rainbow Rowell Omnibus. Her most modern run, if you haven't read it. This is the most modern run that started in 2022. So let's go ahead and take a look at your standard edition cover. So your main cover artist here is Jen Bartel, who supplied a lot of the covers for the comics in here. And speaking of comics, let's go ahead and talk about what is collected in this omnibus. Collected in here is She-Hulk 1 through 15, the 2022 series, and then the follow-up series from 2023, issues 1 through 10, which is not a reboot, it is just a continuation of the stories. In here, you're going to find the work of Roge Antonio, and I mentioned Jen Bartel doing some of the covers, but also Peach Momoko doing some of the variant covers, Luca Maresca doing some of the artwork in here, as well as Andre Genolt and Joe Quinones. Now, let's take a look at your direct market cover. So your direct market cover is supplied by Peach Momoko. I mentioned that she did some of the variant covers, and sure enough, she's doing the direct market cover for this omnibus. I've talked about this run on my channel a lot because to me, this run feels like something that your typical manga reader would enjoy. There's a story in here where Jennifer starts a book club with her friends. And speaking of friends, it does have a great supporting cast of Patsy Walker coming back here, Carol Danvers, but also characters like Jack of Hearts, all these like C-list characters like Jack of Hearts coming into the book, a lot of Easter eggs, and it's a wonderful mix of like breaking that fourth wall that John Byrne did, also getting back to the basics of trying to build up her lawyer and attorneying ways, if you will, because she's no longer Savage, but maybe there's a little bit of Savage She-Hulk in there. I quite enjoy this run, so it makes me happy that she's getting another collection. I'd love to see more of that stuff from the 90s collected as well one day, but one thing at a time. All right, let's talk about the next book. I gave you a big hint. I said both of these would start with an SH, didn't I? So, coming out in October is your second omnibus, and that is S.H.I.E.L.D. by Hickman and Weaver Omnibus. Is that it for Hickman as far as Marvel? Like how we've got Ultimates, we've got Avengers, Fantastic Four, Secret Warriors, Avengers, Secret Wars Omnibus. I think that might be, well, X-Men, yeah, man, this is another Jonathan Hickman series, but this one has been a long time coming. Let's look at your standard edition cover. So your main cover artist for this omnibus, this is the one that's going to be available everywhere, is Gerald Perel. And let's talk about what is collected in this book. This is collecting S.H.I.E.L.D. from 2010, 1 through 6, the S.H.I.E.L.D's director's cut, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. 1 through 4 from 2011. This is where I think people might be confused. And then S.H.I.E.L.D. by Hickman and Weaver from 2018, 5 through 6, and S.H.I.E.L.D. Infinity. The S.H.I.E.L.D. comic that started in 2011, there was a bit of a break in between issues 4 and 5. So that's what that S.H.I.E.L.D. by Hickman and Weaver are from 2018. So about 7 years in between. But still, it is the same story that's going on. And yes, it is Dustin Weaver supplying a lot of the artwork in this book and taking us back to the old school, perhaps, architects of S.H.I.E.L.D., if you will. So let's talk about this direct market cover that we have here. And the direct market cover is supplied by the series artist Dustin Weaver. Now, in these pages, you're not going to find modern Marvel characters. You might see some little Easter eggs here and there, but it's not like Nick Fury or Dum Dum Dugan. You're going to find characters like Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo Galilei, Sir Isaac Newton, Michelangelo. Those are the type of characters that build S.H.I.E.L.D. And what is this Brotherhood of the S.H.I.E.L.D. that they keep talking about? And maybe you might see a certain Planet Eater show up through these pages and fight one of these classic Renaissance people. But anyway, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot different. But then again, I think most of Jonathan Hickman's work is a lot different than each other. This one, it just throws you out there as far as like the idea of how long S.H.I.E.L.D. has been around and what they have been keeping us safe from. And it's a lot of fun. And if you haven't read them, it's been available in trade. It's been available in deluxe editions. And now it is finally coming out in an omnibus format. And those were your two announcements for the month of October of 2025. In the comments down below, let me know which cover you're going to pick up. And of course, what you think of the content and the books themselves. And what other series you want to see. I was going to say by Jonathan Hickman, but I think that's pretty much it, right? Unless you know Ultimate Spider-Man, the new ongoing series. But we don't have enough yet. Not yet. But what other era of She-Hulk would you like to see collected in omnibus format? That's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.